Hey guys, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to this new video. Uh, Last video में हमने बात किया था about few mistakes that you should avoid before you start your business. So I thought why not cover some more important points related to uh, starting a new business and the mistakes that you need to avoid before you start your new business. So in this video I'm going to talk about three important mistakes that we often make while we start our new entrepreneurial journey, and these are common mistakes that I have made in my career, and I believe a lot of you must also be going through the same phase. So the first mistake that we all make is we focus too much on the logo of the brand. We spend hours and hours thinking of what should be the logo. We spend, I think, thousands. Some companies have spent even lakhs and lakhs of rupees on brand logo. They outsource it to some agencies to create the logo, and end up spending a lot of time, money to design this logo to eventually take the business live with that logo. Now imagine if you are in an industry where the customer is not that bothered about the logo of your brand. Is it worth spending so much of time and money just for that one logo? I know a lot of marketing guys are going to come back and say, what are you talking about? Logo is the most important thing. I understand it's your brand identity, but it is not something that you need to spend hours and hours on at the start of your business. See, logos evolve. I'll give you examples of Google, Facebook. Their logos have evolved over time. You know how Google's logo was when they started the business. What was for Facebook's logo when the business started, and what it is now. And there are countless other examples of companies where their logos have evolved. So my point is, abhi start karo with whatever you think of. Design the logo yourself. Just start. Take the first step to not have this thing in your mind that my logo needs to look fantastic and absolutely amazing before I can start the business. That's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of us do, right? I will give you my example. When I started my e-commerce business that I talked about in my last video, I wasted nearly 2 months designing one logo. I paid some freelancers a lot of money to design that logo. I was not happy. I went through so many iterations on that logo before I actually started the business, because without the logo I thought, oh, I can't start anything. Absolute crap. That was one of the biggest mistakes I made in my professional career, honestly. So you guys need to avoid this mistake. Do not focus too much on the logo part. The second important thing, the biggest mistakes that we make is the brand name, right? So we focus too much on the brand name. We want something that is very unique, very much out of this world, something that is so good that it becomes a catchy thing. Yes, all that is important. Brand name, brand identity makes a huge difference. But eventually, if your product or service is not good enough to survive in the market, all this is not going to matter. So you have a great logo, you have a great brand name, but if your product and service doesn't have the longevity to survive in the market, the customer doesn't give a damn about your logo and your brand name. Eventually, it is your product or service that is going to talk and work in the market and amongst the customers. So do not waste a lot of time on your brand name as well. Just start with whatever you think. Give a day or two for both, for logo and brand name. do some brainstorming for a couple of days. Whatever you think is working out, whatever you think is going to resonate with your target audience, just start with that. Do not give it days and days, months and months before you actually start your business just because you don't have a logo and a brand name. Now the third most important thing is related to the first two that we talked about, are the marketing collaterals. We spend so much of time on the creatives, on the brand guidelines. We hire agencies to get our marketing collaterals right, and we just end hours and hours, days and days to just get these things right. We don't focus on putting simple things out in terms of marketing communication to our clients to just ensure that the information is going out nice and clean. They don't care about the colors, they don't care about the logo, they don't care about the name. What they care about is the communication that is going out to them and whether it is solving their problem or not. If you are able to solve their problem, if you are able to solve their need at the right time, that's what they care about. So it's important that we do not waste so much of time on these three things that I talked about: brand name, logo, collaterals. Do not waste months and months on these things before you actually start your business. Just start. 2-3 days is enough for brainstorming, and whatever you think is doing well in terms of fitting with the target audience, just start with whatever you have in mind. Now, as I said, a lot of marketing gurus and gyanis will tell me, "Arey, kya bol raha hai, logo, brand name, बहुत important है." I understand it's very important, but it's not that important unless you are in a super luxury, ultra premium category. If your product or service falls in a luxury, premium, high luxury segment, like a Rolex or Apple, even for example, or any other brand that is in a premium segment, very premium segment, then these things really don't matter. If you are serving the need of the customer at the right time, they don't really care about these things. So this according to me is a harsh reality that you all guys need to think about. This may sound pretty off track, no one would have told you about this, but this I'm talking about from my past experience, that I have wasted a lot of time, money on these things, and eventually found out that your customers do not care about it. Their customer eventually are going to care about your product or your service in the longer run, and if you are able to satisfy them on the longer run with your product, your service, your offering, your logo, your brand name, or your marketing collaterals do not need to be really fancy for them to come back to you and be your regular customers. So that's something that I want to communicate with you in this video. Hope you liked the video, hope you found the information helpful, and I hope you can implement these things in your business and do not avoid these mistakes that I made in my journey. So the idea was for you guys to understand that these are the 3 mistakes that you need to avoid before you start your business. See you guys in the next video. Take care.